Aquarius, hello there, my beautiful friends. We're going to do your general tarot reading for mid-May 2023. Thank you so much for joining me today. You know I appreciate each and every single one of you. So let's get right down to business as always and start you off with an oracle card here, just so we could dip our toes in the energy and see what's going on for the lovely Aquarians out there. I hope you're all doing fabulous and fantastic, my friends. Let's shuffle it up and see what's going on, my guys. Talk to me. And yeah, we're just going to take a real quick look at this first card, then we'll get into the full reading itself. And at the very end, I'll pull you a bonus card from the Shadowland Tarot just to see what might be in the shadows or what shadow work you could lean in on, which is always interesting. But let's get it rocking. Let's get it popping. What do we got here for my Aquarius collective, please, my guys? What's going on with my friends? There we go. That card popped out nice and quick and fast for us. Okay, so we do have this card that is focusing on the sleep states, the rest states. See this person with the nightcap on, right? So that is what we're talking about here. And it could be other things, imagination, creativity. This could be beautiful, but there's a lot of mental action happening here. Now, before we fully dive into that, if you're new here, I'll be speaking about the May subscriber surprise towards the end, so you might want to check that out. Also, if you could kindly illuminate that like button by tapping it right on its third eye, you know, I'd greatly appreciate it. But enough of the promo, into the reading. Have a look here. Now, I know this card does pop up from time to time. You see this individual, they're wearing their PJs, they got the sleep cap on, there's nonsensical imagery happening here, there's dream catchers, so obviously we think of the sleep states, the astral, the etheric. This is a beautiful type of energy generally, but spirit could be focusing your energy on your rest. Are you getting proper sleep? Hopefully you're not having some insomnia. This could represent like funky dreams and stuff like that as well. So make sure you're getting proper rest. Aside from that, this card could just be a lot of imagination, a lot of daydreaming, a lot of thought here. So if you're generally a thoughtful person, or you're always thinking of things more than normal individuals, it could be kicked into overdrive with this card. I always say that you might need an outlet for that mental energy when this type of card shows up. If not, just make sure you're getting proper rest, and maybe get a dream journal as well, because this could just be a signal that, like, listen, you're having important dreams, that you should remember some of the details. Do with that what you will, my friends. Let's get into tarot. I always say that first card doesn't make or break the reading. It's just a footnote. Okay, I could talk about it more, but let's get you these three in the upright before we get the intuitive juiciness flowing. Let's get these tarot cards out here. What's going on for Aquarius, please? My gods. So, we were touching on something a little difficult last week, my friends. The reading was titled A Painful Ending. Okay, and these type of things pop up from time to time, especially when we're doing something like reading tarot cards. And it didn't have to be something ending right now. It could have been a painful ending that's happened weeks ago, but it felt like something that still had some rawness to it. And it showed up big time last week. So, I mean, you know, I try to keep it light and polite, but I'll always keep it real with you, my friends. Let's see what we have this week, though. We're going to try to stay optimistic. Okay, because you know energy is always flowing, it's never set in stone, so only take this how it hits for you. All right, let's get these three cards out, because we could be seeing your vibe or someone you're connected to, right? Okay, we got the Lovers, interpersonal relationships, connections. This is also the card of Gemini, and we are moving into Gemini season. So there might be something big coming in the pipeline or down the pipeline for the Aquarius collective in Gemini season. I'm already feeling that. I don't want to get too intuitive just yet, okay? All right, so we got some swords here, Aquarius. We have the Seven of Swords, which is going to be a warning, most likely, because what is following up the Seven of Swords is the Ten of Swords. So we're going to have to talk about this. I feel like this is a little more layered than last week, but for some reason this energy is still holding over, and we're going to have to talk about it. Before we do, though, let's just go through real quick. I'll give you some of the classical meanings and archetypes, and we'll get that juicy, intuitive stuff. Now, at first glance, when I look over here, double swords with the 7 and the 10 of swords on the back end. We got the Lovers in the beginning. All air, okay? So keep that in mind. Like we were saying here, elementally, this thought, this communication, these are the same archetypes that we're seeing here. Okay, like all this air action, personal relationships, powerful angelic energies. It's a whole bunch of different things happening here, Aquarius. So let's go through it one by one. We'll break it down. We'll take this journey together, and hopefully we're getting some positive silver linings to pull from this. But position number one, the Lovers. Doesn't always have to be romantic partners, okay? Now, of course, it can be. This could be any individual that you have a very deep emotional connection with when we have the Lovers in a tarot card reading. Like I said, this can represent the zodiac sign of Gemini. And in my style, there could be some sort of event coming down the pipeline in Gemini season, which is right around the corner when we see the clarifier. The Lovers is also angelic. You see on top of the Adam and Eve figures there, we have that archangel. This is Raphael. Raphael is the archangel of healing, right? Like when in Christianity and some Christianity sects, when you are in pain, sick, hurting, Raphael is a healer. So it's interesting that we have this healing energy with this. Very angelic and protective too. Maybe some of you need to know that you are not alone. You are being protected and watched after. Because as we move forward into the reading, this is where it starts getting a little dicey, right? Right next to this Lovers card, which can be very good or it could be challenging, we have the Seven of Swords. This card, now I'll give you the positives and negatives because every tarot card has positives and negatives. This could represent individuals that are sneaks. This could represent liars. This could represent thieves, snakes in the grass. Like these are people that can backstab, especially next to a card like the Ten of Swords. You got to watch out for betrayal. There could be a warning here already about someone who's a backstabber or a betrayer. We're not going to go fully like off the deep end with that just yet because there's still a lot for us to look at. The Seven of Swords in its most positive could just represent something you don't quite see just yet, something that might be going on around you. You don't know all the details. There's mystery, surprise, the unexpected. In its most positive could also be energy of being revealed, but it is an energy that is of liars and thieves. Okay, so there could be warnings here, especially stacked up next to the Ten of Swords, which was a card that showed up for you last week, which is why we were looking at a painful ending last week. Ten of Swords. You see this person, they got the knives in their back. This is one of the rougher energies in the whole entire tarot deck. This could represent somebody who may feel like they're at a rock bottom of some sort or rough and tough type of ending, just like we saw last week, and it's showing up again. However, I always say the silver lining to this card is like, once you get into this energy, there's nowhere to go but up. Okay, but with this, with the Ten of Swords, like there could be some sort of ending, and we're just going to have to brace for it and see what lessons we can pull from it, okay? Because it's interesting how this is all playing out and showing up once again. For some of you, it could be a warning, okay? Especially like if last week's reading wasn't hitting for you, like this could be a little heads up from Spirit. Let's go through. I need to dive deeper on all of it, Aquarius. Let's jump in and clarify. All right, let's get a good shuffle here and reset this deck. What do we got here for Aquarius, my friends? And yes, my friends, this is where I go intuitive with the message, which means I just tell you how it feels to me. So feel free to do further research or rely on your base knowledge of tarot, because as you know, every single reading is about the reader's interpretation, and I'm just giving you mine. Let's go in on the Lovers here. And yes, if you're a reader yourself, please feel free to play along. That's why the box is here. If you're feeling any messages that you want to give to Aquarius, you could drop it down in the comments. I don't mind at all. All right, Lovers time. Why is the Lovers here for Aquarius, please? Guides and Spirit team. Thank you. Okay. Complete opposite of what we have going on here on the back end of this spread. This is everything in the beginning. This is the energy you want to claim. Generally, we have the Sun card in the upright underneath the Lovers. This is source energy, front to back here. Now, for a portion of you, this could just represent a Leo that you're connected to or someone that has Leo placements. The Sun is the most positive card in the whole entire deck, and I will have to say this, since it's next to a card like the Seven of Swords, and we got the Ten of Swords back here, this Sun, once again, could teach us lessons and pull silver linings from pain, but it could also bring revelations, seeing things clearly, those aha moments, like, oh, okay, that's why that happened. That's why that person acted this way. But when I see it underneath, like, this is beautiful, source protected type of energy. I need a lot of you to know that you are being looked after and you're protected. This is that beautiful glow of an energy that, regardless of the warnings and what we have going on through the rest of the reading, the Lovers and the Sun is just so powerful and source-based to me, that I feel like even if you are connected to Leo and that's what it's speaking about, just know that you have access and you tap into this energy. You are a part of this energy, even if you don't feel like it. Try to look at the bright side of things. And for another portion of you, this could be Spirit asking you to lean on somebody you're very close to, somebody that gives you these warm and fuzzies. Let's move forward, okay? Because maybe it's just setting us up for what we got coming now. Let's see what's going on with once again, it could be a revelation that we're gearing up for, right? Let's see what's up with the Seven of Swords. Thank you. Knight of Pentacles. Spirit could be warning you about an earth sign individual here. The Knight of Pentacles is very slow and steady and meticulous. You really might want to watch out for certain individuals that have been around a while. Sometimes when I get warnings about people, it's easy for me to tell if it's a person that may be new to your social group or someone that's been around for quite a while. With the Knight of Pentacles under the Seven of Swords, this could be Spirit warning you about someone that works the long game or someone that you've known for quite a while, if they're not an earth sign here. So take that into account. The Knight of Pentacles is very slow, meticulous, detail-oriented. So under a card like the Seven of Swords, this is somebody playing the long game for whatever reason. Take from that what you will. I'm not saying whether that's good or bad, but I do feel like this is a warning. I really want to get to the Ten of Swords because I feel like that's where it's all going to come together. Because it's like, all right, they're setting us up for what's happening in the end. Let's keep moving, and we'll talk about that more at the recap. But I feel like it's someone you might have to be aware of, a very specific individual that you have history with. I'll just leave it at that. Let's go in on the Ten of Swords. We're an earth sign. Very meticulous energy, but let's see why that Ten of Swords is here. Hopefully this isn't someone like doing you wrong in regards to finance as well. Watch out for that. It's not giving me the best energy in the middle. This is a serious warning, but let's see why that Ten of Swords is here. Where's that Ten of Swords here? Thank you. Ooh. Okay, yeah. Seven of Wands underneath the Ten of Swords, fighting it, right? Fighting it off, trying to defend against it. For some of you, this could represent defense mechanisms, right? Like you might have some internal defense mechanisms from things you've been through. If you've been betrayed or backstabbed in the past, like you have unconsciously set up defense mechanisms to make sure that doesn't happen again. That's what's showing up here on the end. The Seven of Wands could be someone that feels like they're cornered, right? Backed into a corner. Doesn't matter what way I go or what I do, it's always going to be something. This could also be a card of imprisonment, somebody feeling a little bit stuck. But I will say this, the fact that we have fire and air here, this spurs change, this spurs action. The volatile energy, yes, it can be rough and tough, but it spurs change and action. Whereas right here in the middle, we have this like long, slow, meticulous type of energy. On the back end, it's like, no, this is changing. This is switching up one way or another. There might be an ending that like you tried to avoid. There might be an ending that you tried to put off, but it's unavoidable. Okay, that's what I'm feeling right here on the back end, an unavoidable ending of some sort. Take from that what you will. Okay, whether it's happened in the past or it's coming down the pipeline, it's an unavoidable ending. Let's go through and do a quick recap because Aquarius, just like with every reading I do for you guys, this was making me feel a lot of different things. In position number one, I don't even have the cards fully straight here. We have the Lovers with the Sun card in the upright. This could represent a Leo that you're connected to. But the main thing this was making me feel was spiritual protection. It's a beautiful energy, source energy that you can tap into. And I feel like I need to tell a lot of Aquarians that you are protected, you are loved, you are valuable. Good energy right here in the front. Claimable energy as well. If there is somebody in your life that gives you those warm and fuzzies, you might need assistance from that person. In the center, we have the Seven of Swords with the Knight of Pentacles. Not the best energy here. I did feel like this was a big warning about a specific individual that is very meticulous and detail oriented. This felt like someone playing the long game as well. Especially watch out for financial nonsense and tomfoolery when we have that in the center. But that feels like a serious warning, even as we press on to the back end. Ten of Swords, Seven of Wands, somebody that feels cornered, trying to stop this from happening, trying to avoid this issue, avoid this ending. You might feel trapped or like your back's against the wall with this energy right over here, but this does feel like an unavoidable ending. Life is all about it though, right? Life is about beginnings and endings, that cycle that we go through, but it's being highlighted here for some reason. And I feel like this spurs big change, okay? You might be in the midst of this right now, because I did say this is slow, this is earthy, this isn't really moving, then boom, this is like, no, things are going to change one way or another. So do with that what you will, Aquarius. I'm going to get you one shadow card. I mean, I don't want to muddy the waters here on you. Like when I'm feeling a lot of things in a reading, I do try my best to keep it simple and concise. But it's something about the Aquarius readings that does it to me, where I just feel so many messages at once. Get you one shadow card. And I get intense readings for other signs as well, but the Aquarius ones are totally different. Ever since I started this channel, when I tap into your guys' energy, like so much detail comes through, so many different messages come through. Maybe because it's a lot of Aquarians out there. But let's see what's in the shadows for you. What's in the shadows for my friends? Thank you. Okay, Hierophant. Yeah, this, just like this earthy energy we have in the middle, okay? We have this Hierophant. Taurus energy. We are currently in Taurus season at the time of this filming. The Hierophant speaks about power structures, long ingrained things, things that are day-to-day life. Things or people that have been around for a very, very long time. When we see the Hierophant, it's immovable. It has very deep roots. For some people, this could represent very close bonds or even marriages sometimes. So when we see the shadow side of this, it could be something that is very, very difficult to shake and heal and move past from when we see this. If it's not just a Taurus showing up here. But remember, we had that warning about that earthy, slow, meticulous energy. It's showing up again in the shadows. So do with that information what you will, my friends. That's what I have for you. I'd be prepared for shakeups when I see that in the shadows. But yeah, Aquarius, that's what I have for you this week, my friends. Don't click away just yet. I'm going to give you the details of the May subscriber surprise. For the May subscriber surprise, I'm giving away 2 boxes of the beautiful Tarot of the Owls. This is an awesome deck. So if you'd like to get your name in for this, it's 2 simple things. As always, my friends, first, you must be subscribed, which I'm sure you already are. And second, let me know down in the comments, out of all the cards in this week's reading, which one spoke to you the most. You'll be entered to win, and at the end of the month, I will announce the winners in my community tab at random. As always, my friends, much love to you, and I'll see you next time.